everyone, it's Rico Go with a little kitten here enjoying our morning, and in this video I wanted to talk about whether or not I think Cyprus is for you and if you should to relocate to Cyprus as well. And for that I prepared 5 reasons why I think that Cyprus might be the perfect country for you to relocate to, and a few reasons why I think Cyprus might not be the perfect country for you, and maybe even why you should not relocate to Cyprus, which I'm going to discuss at the end. So it's definitely going to be an interesting video. And the first reason is actually lifestyle and well-being. As you see right now in the background, it is so sunny, even though we have December 14th. So we are 2 weeks away from Christmas. I'm sitting here, yes, I'm wearing a sweater because it is a little bit fresh, but I'm also going to go for a swim in a few minutes after I recorded this video. I'm just tanking a lot of vitamin D, which is obviously very healthy. The cat really wants to cuddle, look at this. It is also very good for testosterone levels. It makes you more pretty, obviously. As you see, I can still say I have a little bit of a tan, which I would never have in Germany. I would be completely white and pale. Cyprus in general is a very sunny island. We have over 320 sunny days, which everyone heard multiple times already. But it is not just about the sun, it is about the lifestyle, about the freedom that you enjoy here. The fact that there is not really a dark winter in Cyprus, which is so common in Germany, where you have months of depressed weather and rain and clouds and all that. And this obviously changes a lot with your health. This does a lot to your mental health, and you need to supplement vitamin D. And so here in Cyprus, you don't need all of that. You just have it naturally, which also leads to the fact that society is much more relaxed here. There is no real fear that people have, or anxiousness, which is a very common dilemma in Western countries. There is no real stress here. When you see people walking around Cyprus, you see they always relax. They just go to their appointment. If they are 5, 10, 50 minutes late, they are still on time in the Cypriot thinking. And I have the feeling that there is no real mainstream brainwash going on here, where people are much more family oriented, people are much more relaxed, and they don't point with the finger so much at their neighbors. At least for me as a foreigner, that is why I experienced. Obviously if you're a local, it's a little bit different, but when you relocate to Cyprus, you are not in that local bubble. You have like your own foreign friends and international business partners and all that, so that's quite interesting. And now there's the security guard coming. Kalimera.
Kalimera. Εσύ δουλεύεις εδώ?
Lexi. Okay, I have to go. No problem. But you just saw his reaction was like, bro, what you doing here? Hotel is closed. Just go away. In Germany, they would have called the police by now. So, where was I? What was I talking about? Cyprus, I guess. And one more thing that I wanted to mention is that in Cyprus I was able to create a routine that is so productive, because every day I wake up, I start working right away, or I go for a swim sometimes, like today when I record content. It is a very focused, isolated but productive energy that I have on a daily basis here, where I can work on my business, go into the gym, get a better body, improve my network. Like we have an entrepreneurs meetup very soon. I will meet amazing new people there. I will also give other people from Cyprus the opportunity to meet new friends. And it is just all about getting better, having a positive momentum and upward spiral in life, and just have a good time. And I was never able to create this routine in Germany, because just getting out of bed in Germany was so hard. And I could never wake up at 6 a.m., especially not in winter when everything is dark and cold. So I was always just this only person in my hometown that wanted to have something more in life and big goals, and I could never really have the community. That is one of the first reasons why I actually moved out of Germany and go to Bali, because I knew in Bali there are many other like-minded people that also just have big goals, a vision, and want to just not walk the conventional way. Because when you grow up in Germany, family, society, teachers, friends, neighbors, all of them want you to just be the same. Go to school, get a job, and marry, retire. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like I wish everyone has a good life. Like, let everyone do whatever they want. But for me personally, I just wanted more. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to learn about other cultures. And so I just decided to go the other way. But yeah, back to Cyprus and to the fact that Cyprus is very good for a focused routine. I think it is perfect for families, but it may not be ideal for single people, people that are coming to Cyprus and want to find their family. I think it is better to maybe come with a person to Cyprus already. Raise children here, amazing because of the safety. There is basically no real crime here in Cyprus. There are absolutely no homicides and no knife crimes like in other cities like London, for example, or even Germany, where I'm from nowadays. Even terrorist attacks and all that definitely doesn't exist here in Cyprus. To me, Cyprus is like the last safe haven in Europe, still worth living in. And what I mean with it's maybe not ideal for single people, it's just that in winter, for example, it can be quiet. Like you see some people walking around in the background here in Paphos, but it is not like, let's say, Barcelona, where when you go out you see hundreds of people everywhere at any time of the day. So it's a bit more quiet here, but this is due to the fact that Cyprus is a small island, and this is actually the whole point of this island, to have more peace, solitude, tranquility, and just your own life going on. Let's say it like that. This also leads to the next point, which is spirituality. I have a lot of friends that got closer to God living here in Cyprus, that became more spiritual, more conscious, more in the moment, just because of the fact that you can just get to know yourself better and find out so many things about you, because you don't have that many distractions. You can't just go out every day, every single day of the week and go to another big party or festival and distract yourself from the problems you have. You have to face them here in Cyprus because it is so peaceful. Like, just look at the sea, so still, so quiet, and you have to go for a walk here and embrace that. You just breathe the fresh air in, you have the sun on your face, and you need to be okay with your own thoughts. And I know many people can't do that. Many people constantly need to listen to music, many people constantly need to get distracted. I don't want to face my inner demons. That is what is going on here in Cyprus. Cyprus is for people that enjoy a free lifestyle, that want to enjoy personal development, and that appreciate well-being. All right, so time to jump into the sea. Never mind my gay pants. I'm only wearing them for swimming. I feel so chill here because it's only grandmas and grandpas listening to Christmas music, having their look at them, having their morning routine, swim. Imagine like, Yula, let's go for a swim on Sunday morning. Okay, let's call Maria as well. Anyway, time for a jump. Start.
How was it?
Ooh, it's fresh.
Cold.
Nice. The water is so clean. It's perfect. Life goals achieved. All right, tonight it's very interesting because we have an entrepreneurs meetup, because Cyprus is for people that are into entrepreneurship and business, and for that I'm actually hosting an entrepreneurs meetup tonight with about 60 people. As you can see, the room is already filling up, and we have some presentations over there, some open networking here, some smoking cigars in the garden, outdoor area, so it's definitely gonna be amazing. Last time we had the entrepreneurs meetup, we had 90 people, so I can't wait for tonight to be even better. And if you're interested in joining our future entrepreneurs meetups, make sure to follow me on Instagram and I will add you to our group that we have. And now I have to go to the door to say hi to everyone. I will do a little mix of voiceover and some real footage here of the night, but last time I was so busy with talking to everybody, so I can't promise you to talk a lot. So let's just see what the night brings. Yeah. It needs to be a bit hard.
Perfect.
It's actually perfect, yeah. It's perfect. So what we are doing is basically hiding some toys around the venue, 4 in total, which are some little gifts that we will give out to the community. And whoever finds those toys first, they will get a little present. So first people are arriving and we're getting busy.
We have some booze.
And because it's gonna be busy tonight, I need some coffee. Cheers. I've been really enjoying this entrepreneurs meetup, and it is actually the perfect opportunity to talk about the fact that Cyprus is for you if you are an entrepreneur, if you run a business, and if you want to save taxes. Especially if you currently live in a high tax country like the UK, Germany, and many others. I think most people can't even realize yet how much money you actually save and how much more profit you have instead of just giving everything to the tax authorities. But yeah, of course there are many other low tax jurisdictions out there, but that's the beautiful thing about life. You can decide yourself what you want to do and where you would want to relocate to. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to present you Cyprus as one of the options because I actually feel quite good here, as many of you know. And so let's talk about the facts. And the first thing I wanted to mention is that Cyprus has a very stable tax system, which many people are not even aware of because there was no major tax reform for over 22 years in this country. And this makes long-term planning very easy, especially as an entrepreneur. Other jurisdictions like Portugal, for example, with their NHR program, or even Dubai, make quite sudden changes and implement new taxes on a regular basis. That's why you can't really plan long-term, because you don't know if the tax incentives will still be there next year. Cyprus, on the other hand, has one of the most straightforward and simple tax systems I've ever seen. 12.5% corporate tax, which they will now increase to 15% probably because of OECD standards, which is actually the exact reason why Cyprus is compliant and not grey-listed. By staying compliant with international tax standards, Cyprus literally has the lowest tax rates you can legally pay anywhere in the world. And this is not the case in Malta, for example. Their headline corporate tax is 35%, which is extremely high actually, but they use a loophole with tax refunds to exploit an effective corporate tax of just 5%. But this is not fully aligned with international compliance and will cause problems for everyone that is using this scheme sooner or later. But here in Cyprus, I don't have to worry about such potential problems. I can sleep well at night. And the same goes for the non-dom status for natural persons, which exempts you from taxation on dividends and interest income for 17 years, with the possibility to extend it as per the new tax reform. And in general, the bureaucracy in Cyprus is just so easy and simple, especially if I compare it to running a GmbH in Germany, which was an absolute nightmare. With Tax One, we can open your company in 3 weeks, apply for a local or international bank account, whatever you prefer, for you privately and for your business, and all that for very low prices. We apply for your residence permit, whether it is the yellow slip or the pink slip. This is what we will identify in an individual consultation call. We also do the non-dom status. We do your accounting completely automated, everything so that you can focus on your business and making money. If you don't run your own business, then Cyprus also offers tax incentives such as the 50% income tax deduction, which is very interesting for employed people. And if you're a contractor, then we can also do something very interesting, because instead of receiving salary and paying social insurances and the high income tax, we could incorporate a company for you so that you could issue invoices and also enjoy the low corporate tax and the 0% dividend tax. So all in all, I think it's clear that Cyprus is ideal for entrepreneurs, business owners, high net worth individuals, and people that are okay with paying taxes. Yes, Cyprus is not a tax haven, but just as much as needed. And this is exactly what Cyprus offers. So with that being said, let's continue with the next one. This is literally the most Rico outfit you can imagine if I don't care. If I don't care, I just put on anything. Christmas sweater, jogging pants, as we call it in Germany, and Crocs. And now we are going into the mall, and number 3 is the community here in Cyprus, because Cyprus really has this small island effect where you go somewhere and you meet all your friends because it's so small, especially if you live in a place like Paphos. It's not like in London or in other big cities where you feel anonymous. Here in the mall, I know that people know me now just because it's so small. If I would walk around London now, I know that I'm not seen, no one will recognize me. But Cyprus has this community vibe, flair, and it's kind of cool. Everyone wants to buy Christmas presents. What's going on?
It's Christmas soon, you gotta get on with it. It's a lot of money.
We're also buying some Christmas presents now. And because I love Crocs so much, I'm going to buy Crocs for all my friends. Also for you. Do you want Crocs?
Yeah. I want a Stanley and Crocs.
So you think this is a Wunschkonzert? So Crocs, let's buy some more Crocs for all my friends. Shopping in Cyprus is shit. They have nothing on stock. So I could only buy now shoes for Elias because he has huge feet and this size is here. But everyone with normal sizes like me, they don't have them here. Whew, it's extremely busy, and also we've seen so many friends of ours already. It's like walking 2 minutes and friends of yours appear out of nowhere. And what I love about Cyprus is that it is so family oriented. I mean, my friend Pambos, for example, I know him now for like 2 years, and whenever I go to his restaurant or to his home, I feel like it's my own family. When his mom makes food for me and his father greets me, and I know all his brothers and sisters and uncles and all that, and they invite me to the village in the mountains and we do zuvla, I feel like I'm a part of the family even though I look completely different. And Cypriots are so real. I mean, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you, thank you. I'm just talking about Cypriots, how welcoming they are and so friendly and everything. Of course. And they're so real. Like this woman, for example, he had no bad intention or anything. She just wanted to say hi. And this is how Cypriots are. When you arrive to the island, you will feel it immediately. It's not like a fake smile like you sometimes see in Asia, for example. I had the feeling in Asia, people were not really friendly because they really wanted to be friendly. They wanted our money.
No,
that's
it
why
was very fake energy.
Yeah.
Because they have to be, and because if they act cute, they know that we will give them money because it's very cheap for them.
Yeah.
For example, like £10 for them is a lot of money. So
true. And in Cyprus, like everybody is like medium, middle class, I would say, most people, and they all are good. Like no one is low class, no one is homeless here. So for them, if they have their family, as we said, they are very family oriented, and they have kids and a wife, they are happy, and so they don't need to put on a fake smile, which is so loving to be around such people. That when everyone is happy, I mean, it's like positive energy. That is why Cyprus is so safe and no one is really like bad or criminal, whatever.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is so cute. People just enjoying their Christmas time here. All right, we continue shopping and then I'll see you at the Christmas market. So actually things turned out to be completely different as expected. And that is in the mall, I randomly got the idea of just doing a few TikToks where I'm giving away gifts and presents to kids, and then I was also giving away cash, and I was buying some shoes for this one teenager that won the push-up challenge, because I've seen a German guy doing that. Little McLaren wants to join us as well. Come on, let's take your little sis. Come here, McLaren. Join us for a little cuddle session. So what I was saying is that I saw this one German TikToker. He was like giving away gifts to his followers, and I thought that it's just perfect because I have a big Cypriot community. And so I basically did that as well. I'll show you some videos now so you know what I mean. And I think that's also a good way to show you about the community here in Cyprus, because to me it's also very important to show respect and gratitude to the community, because it's a big reason why I'm actually so successful, so to say, with my social media. And I'm also a foreigner here in the country, if you take it by heart. And we have a lot of foreigners in my home country that unfortunately many of them don't really respect the country. So when I come here to Cyprus, I want to make a change. I want to be respectful, and I just want to give back to the people that watch my videos and support me. So that's what we did today. That was pretty cool. And then I have a few more notes about the community part. If you think of coming to Cyprus, and that is that Cyprus has a lot of community parks, like buildings, for example, where you live with your neighbors and you're sharing communal pools, gym, maybe even a spa and all that. So that is something that is quite nice. You will get to know your neighbors very easily with all those facilities, amenities and all that. And then we also have a lot of families that live together. There is this thing here in Cyprus. Cypriots are very family oriented. For example, the children stay with their parents until they get married, which is something that is not very usual in Germany. I mean, I left my home country at 19 years old, and the ownership of homes here in Cyprus is very high as well. Like almost every second Cypriot family owns at least one property, which is also something that is not very the case in Germany. Why is this cat biting me so much? McLaren, maybe you should go to your sister. And also another thing that I like about the Cypriot community is something that I notice when I'm driving the car, and that is they always warn you with their flashlight when there is like police or some traffic cameras. Then they always warn you, which is so cool, because in Germany no one really cares. If they see there is a police, they don't even warn you. Here in Cyprus it's different. They want to tell you like, calm down, be careful, there is police, and they flash you like this. So if you see another car coming towards you that is flashing you, they just want to warn you in a good way. I remember this one story once a few years ago where with a friend of mine, we broke down our car somewhere in the village, and then this old Cypriot came and he was so helpful. He wanted to help us without asking, without wanting to get anything in return. He just fixed our car with his car and this electrical wire, if you know what I mean. Our car turned back on again and we could drive back home. That was so cool, because I know in Germany no one would really want to help us that genuinely. You need to call the car support or your insurance, or you need to call road assistance, pay 200 euros, or maybe even call your insurance, pay some money. No one would randomly just stop by to help you, or very, very few people. Everyone in Cyprus, almost everyone speaks English. Cut! She's at the fireplace.
Oh no, baby!
That's not for little kids. Messergabel, Feuerlicht ist für kleine Kinder nichts. Everyone in... Let's just continue. Everyone in England, everyone in Cyprus speaks English, right? It's very easy here to communicate with literally everyone. So everyone speaks English here, which makes things easier in your day-to-day life. But obviously, it is kind of nice to speak at least a little bit Greek, because this makes you an even deeper part of the society, because they have their own language. They have a Greek dialect. And if you can speak their language, you almost feel like a native. So one of my goals for the future is to learn a little bit Greek, to be able to communicate with the Cypriots as well in their own language. And this is basically what I wanted to say about community, people, and also the safety in Cyprus and what you can expect. And one thing that is kind of connected to this point is sports, health, and outdoor living. So let's continue with the next one. Once in a while, even in Cyprus, it rains, and when it rains, it pours. I mean, look at that, the streets are absolutely drenched. And the funny thing about Cyprus is that when it rains, no one is driving the car. People that drive on the highway during rain literally stop on the side just because it's dangerous. And Cypriots are not used to rain, because it rains how many times a year? Maybe 5 times. Something like that. And today is one of those days, and yeah, so you can see that it's rainy. However, this doesn't stop us from working out, of course, no excuses. And so during winter time, we actually have an indoor place now for our Sunday workouts, and this is where we are going to now. It's actually a really cool place, so I'm excited for today. We are having a big group of people. I hope people come actually and they won't stay at home. But other than that, rain in Cyprus always lasts for just a few minutes, so I'm not worried that this will be all day now. And yeah, let's have a good workout. Are you excited?
I'm excited!
Ooh. Oh shit.
Yo!
Ella! How are you?
I'm very good.
Kalimera. How are you, bro?
Okay.
Yes,
Ready?
and you? Yes. All right. So number 4 is sports, health, and outdoor living, and all activities that you can do here on this island. And I, from my own experience, can tell you that Cyprus is a very, very sporty island. You have so many different clubs and communities where people do high rocks together, CrossFit, running, cycling, paddling, boxing, yoga, and so much more. So no matter what interests you have, you will definitely find like-minded people where you can follow your passion here in Cyprus as well. And I myself am a big fan of trying out many different things. So in the last few years I did run a lot. I was running the Athens Marathon in 3:33 with Pambos, my coach. Then we did high rocks. I was doing the high rocks race in Limassol, became number 1. My time was 58 minutes, and now I'm switching to bodybuilding again, where I just want to gain some body weight and muscles, of course. And after that, I'm already thinking about what my next challenge will be. I'm considering triathlon, so running an Ironman, and or doing boxing. I need to think what makes more sense first, because I used to box in Germany. So anyway, that's a topic for another video. Definitely make sure to subscribe. And other than that, obviously Cyprus has a lot of outdoor water sport activities. How many things did we do, Jamie? We did e-foiling. I loved that. We do a lot of jet skiing. We do a lot of water skiing. We do a lot of what's it called? Water skiing. And then there's also the other one that we did with Maurice. Water surfing, I think, where you are basically pulling this rope and you're on the surfboard and you're like this. That's also definitely a lot of fun. And in Cyprus, all of this just makes sense to do it outdoors because the air quality is so good here. And you see me using this nose strip here just because it gives me an even better airflow, and I just can gain so much of the oxygen, and this just gives me like a natural boost in energy and in stamina, and you know, I'm always like hyped, and I'm 100% convinced that this is because of Cyprus and the surroundings, the community, the people here. We have so many amazing roads for running, coastal line, you can run kilometers and kilometers just next to the sea. I actually ran a marathon many years ago from Paphos city center all the way to the White River beach and back. There's even a YouTube video about that from many years ago. This is one of my most favorite YouTube videos because it was just a crazy idea. Anyway, we have so many free outdoor workout areas, calisthenic parks and all that. So no matter where you live here in Cyprus, you will definitely find opportunities, people, communities, gyms, new gyms on the way that are just evolving, developing here in Cyprus, and just turn Cyprus somewhat in this health, fitness hotspot where a lot of people with the same interests just come together and work on their goals together. And this is what I love, and this is also what we are doing now. So in the next few minutes, all the other people will come. We'll have a good workout. Christoforos, my bodybuilding coach, is here as well now.
Just in time, eh?
Kalimera, bro. How are you? Ella, hug.
Okay.
How are you? Yes.
Good.
So this is our Tax One lawyer.
Hello,
If you
good
reach
morning.
out on Tax.one, you will speak to Chris,
Yes.
and you can also have a workout with Chris because he's a pro bodybuilder. We will definitely do a big video one time together,
Of
just a
course,
workout. And yeah, I'm excited.
For today,
Yes.
of course I am looking forward to it.
Yes.
So we'll see how it goes. The weather didn't help a little bit, but
Yes.
we will manage.
Very good. You will see Chris more often now in the upcoming videos. And Daxi. Let's have a good workout.
Yes.
So this is a nice level up. I remember 1 year ago when we started this in
Two
Hrab.
dumbbells.
2 dumbbells, outdoor gym,
Me and you.
public.
Me and you, 2
Yes,
dumbbells.
2
Yes,
friends,
yes.
you and me. And now look at this. Is very nice.
You know
Because
what?
you know why? Because you kept doing it every Sunday, no matter what.
Yes.
Every Sunday you was there, it was rainy, you found the
what?
solution. Now it's winter, you found the solution.
Exactly. I'm not trying. One person told me something. Don't be a firework. You know,
Okay.
it's amazing thing. So don't start something big and then explode and finish it. Keep going to the moon. So I keep going. I start with 2 dumbbells. People ask me to do more trainings, more dumbbells, more yoga mats, and now I have all this.
You saw the opportunity in Cyprus. Hyrox is big.
It'll be huge now. No, now it's still growing. It's still growing and grow. And you know what? I want to be the first that
You are, yes.
show the people how it's high rocks and how to do it, how to be better.
Yes.
And let's see.
And you love it. You love it so much. Too much.
Do something that you love or don't do it at all, bro. I mean, do it with passion.
100%.
Yes,
Always upgrading. I mean, look at this. Who's doing this? This is better than every gym in Paphos. You just come here, you do all of this stuff your own, you bring the dumbbells, you prepare. I love it. I love this passion. And people feel this too, and this is why you're growing. You think 50 people is not a lot. It's huge, bro. Like, respect to bring 50 people somewhere. It's not easy.
I try my best. And this is the result.
Exactly.
And you know what is?
You show up.
It's filling me and give me power to keep going.
Yes.
You know, when people believing in me, I keep believing in myself more, and it's like rotation. When you do something every time, every day, every week, for example, and you be consistent,
yes.
like you do, bro. Understand? Remember when you told me something
yes.
about yourself? People see that this is not something that is gonna end. This guy is believing in that. He have a vision, and he go to his vision. And when the vision become better and better, and people know about it, then that's it.
So many gifts, Bambos. Thank you.
Electrolyte, of course.
Ella, here.
Yeah?
Take it.
Oh,
Enjoy.
electrolytes.
It's like Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, Santa Claus, Santa Hamburg.
Yeah. Bambos Klaus.
Bamba the Claus.
So, as rainy as it was just a few days ago, we are back in summer, so to say. Even though we are very close to Christmas, look at that. I've literally almost got a sunburn in my face. But anyway, number 5 is Cyprus is for people that love luxury living, but at affordable prices. So let's go into the restaurant and I will explain to you what I mean. My hair is on fleek. We are on fleek.
We're not matching, unfortunately.
For the first time now.
I'm in all black leather and he's in this nice old looking outfit.
I love this restaurant because of the view. You can see the yachts, the luxury residences over there, and the Limassol skyline on this side. And it's almost always empty. I don't know why, especially during lunchtime. Hello, how are you? So we are right now in this very nice restaurant here, and what I like about the restaurant is actually the name, and this is not an advertisement, it's literally just Pier 1. So the goal is to buy this restaurant at some point in the future because I really like the location. Just look to the skyline behind me, especially at night when everything is lit up. It's so cozy and so cool. And also the prices are extremely fair. For example, look at this salmon. It looks like a pretty good, almost fine dining level salmon. Also Jay has a very nice burger. And the prices are, for the salmon 24 euros, for the burger we are looking at 21 euros. It's a Black Angus beef burger, so I think that's pretty fair for the fact that we are right in the Limassol Marina in Limassol, which is an expensive city in the first place. I think that's quite fair, and this actually leads to the next point, because whenever I am in Limassol, I always think about how would it be to relocate here. I actually lived in Limassol in my first year when I came to Cyprus, but then I relocated to Paphos, and there are many reasons for that, such as the prices are obviously much cheaper. So when you pay 1,500 euros for maybe a 2-bedroom apartment, if you're lucky and not modern, in Paphos for 1.5k you can get, if you do good research, you can get a house. Maybe even with like a sea view or something like that, definitely in a good area. and in Limassol there is no chance you will find a house for 1.5k. So your actual lifestyle really much depends on which city you decide for. To me, in my eyes, Limassol and Paphos are the only two options if you're into big city life. Like you can see in the background here, events and shisha places, bigger entrepreneurs, businesses. Here are a lot of big international businesses headquartered around this area until Old Town. Then there are also students, a lot of universities and schools and all that. Then Limassol is more for you. But definitely be prepared that it is more expensive than Paphos, which is like a smaller city, I would describe it. We are around 60,000 people, whereas Limassol is close to 300,000. But for that, you get cheaper prices. But also at the same time, you get a much more relaxed lifestyle. So for example, in Paphos, there is not really that much you can do. Like if we are being completely transparent, Limassol has all the action, all the big meetups, all the festivals and parties and all that. In Paphos, during summer, there is 1 or maximum 2 bars that are worth going to at the weekend, and that's about it. But then on the other hand, Paphos has beautiful nature, so I love to go into the Akamas area until Polis, beautiful national parks. There are blue lagoons and just like so much greenery and landscapes. Also Paphos is elevated, so no matter where you live in Paphos, you have a very high chance to get a sea view, whether you rent or buy. That's what I like about Paphos a lot, and in my eyes, Paphos is like the future. I think that Paphos will be like Limassol and Polis will be like Paphos when we talk about the next 5 to 10 years. But Limassol will remain for sure always the #1 city. So no matter where you actually relocate to and what city you decide for, my main point is that for not that much money, you will get an amazing lifestyle here just because of the fact that we are on an island. There is the sea almost everywhere. You can drink Freddo espresso and have a very nice apartment or house for a price which would get you a gray, boring apartment in Cologne in Germany, for example, without the sea, without this freedom that you get here in Cyprus, which is, in my eyes, one of the biggest arguments why I actually relocated here in the first place, next to the tax benefits. Actually, wow, very good. And by the way, I just came up with a few more smaller arguments why Cyprus is great for people that don't have the deepest or biggest pockets, and that is, in Cyprus, if you become a tax resident here and you have some kind of cash flow because you run a business, for example, even if it is not the biggest business, you can still apply for a loan here in Cyprus. And the interest rates in Cyprus are not that high, like they are quite on international standards, so you could actually just get a loan and then buy a property here in Cyprus, and instead of paying rent and making someone else rich, you could basically just pay off the loan over a time period of, let's say, 10 years, and after the 10 years you own the property yourself and you can keep living inside, or you can rent it out, you can enjoy passive income. So there are actually quite some things that if you know them, it makes living in Cyprus much more easy. For example, also the services here in Cyprus. For example, my physiotherapist is very affordable if I compare it to German prices. I used to go to the chiropractor and physiotherapist in Germany because of my back, and one session costs easily 150 euros there. Here in Cyprus, it's more like 40 to 50 euros for one very good session. The same goes for things like car wash, for example. 10 euros and 5 people wash your car inside and outside, and it's completely clean, which would be how much in the UK to wash your car? Very good.
I think maybe 20 plus.
20. In Germany it's more than that, it's maybe double, 40.
It depends where you're going. Also, they do the petrol for you. I know we mentioned it before, but they still do that, which is
exactly
crazy, really, actually.
There are always people at the gas station that just do the petrol for you, and this makes living here in Cyprus much more convenient. And those things are normal here, even though it is like unusual in our home countries. And you know, I've realized that the more wealthy people are actually here in Limassol. So they have this infrastructure already in place, which gives you the lifestyle that they are used to from places like Dubai and London, or maybe even New York, to obviously a very low extent. But that's what I mean with you get a tiny bit of that lifestyle for a much lower price, because to own a supercar in Cyprus, I can tell you it's ridiculously cheap because I have one myself. I have a penthouse apartment in Paphos. It's also ridiculously cheap if we compare it to Dubai, for example, where I'm flying very soon and I will spend 1 or 2 months there, and it will be like so much more expensive than here in Cyprus. But even in Limassol, if you go out and you look at the cars that are driving around, every fifth car is at least a Porsche. And a Porsche in Limassol is like people won't even turn their head. You need a McLaren or a Lamborghini or a Ferrari to turn the heads of the people. And what I mean by that is that the people are already here. So yes, it is a fact that Cyprus offers a very nice lifestyle for not that much money. You get much more for the money that you spend compared to Miami or other places where you have to spend 5 figures every month to live like an average person. Here in Cyprus, I'm telling you, if you spend 10K a month, you are living a better life than the president. But yeah, that's about it for now. So I talked about the benefits of living in Cyprus and who I think Cyprus is for. Now I want to be completely transparent and also talk about the disadvantages and who I think Cyprus is not for. So with that being said, let's go back into my home office and I will tell you the flip side over there. Back in the office, back in the cockpit, and now it's getting juicy because we talked about 5 reasons why you should come to Cyprus. Yes, but now I'm going to tell you who Cyprus is not really for. And for that, I already mentioned earlier in the video that Cyprus is maybe not for singles, and the reason for that is because Cyprus doesn't really have this nightlife scene or big party scene, festivals every weekend. That is not really the case here. So even if you're a single or maybe even you're a couple that absolutely loves and needs and lives parties, then Cyprus is maybe not really for you because Cyprus is silent, peaceful, quiet, as I mentioned multiple times throughout this video and in many of my other videos actually. So big parties, not really. Peace, nature, beaches, Mediterranean, island vibes, yes, definitely. Number 2 is Cyprus is not really for people who need super efficient systems. And I mean that in relation to bureaucracy, for example, because yes, things can and will be rather slow here. Just today, for example, we've been to the post office to get a package and there was just one counter that was open with one lady who was working so slow and 20 people were waiting in queue, and if I had just 10 minutes then I would have no chance to get my package today. I would have need to come again tomorrow or in a few days when there is not so much going on or when they have more people here. And this is what's happening here on the island in many other offices and businesses. If you want to get your electricity, if you want to get your Wi-Fi, if you want to open up a bank account, everything takes at least twice as long as you would want to or as you're used to coming from the UK or Germany or wherever you're from a more Central European country. There is no same-day delivery here in Cyprus, which you're maybe used to from Amazon Prime, for example, because we are obviously an island and all the shops here in Cyprus have a limited stock. So if you want one specific product, a microphone, for example, you might not get it in the next 2 weeks because you need to order it online, and then there is some shipping problems, and there is custom clearance and all of those problems that I have encountered so many times in my time here in Cyprus. But actually they are trying to get better, so this is not hate at all. I see that they are trying to add new services here on the island, like food delivery. They try to add right now, which is like a short-term car rental. They have scooter rentals and all that, but this is not really comparable to those services in major cities like London, Athens or Berlin, what we are used to. But they are trying, and that's quite cool. Next is Cyprus is not really for people that have a cat or dust allergy, because maybe you hear my voice now. I just played a little bit with my cats and there's a lot of dust outside right now and my nose is absolutely stuck. But I use nose straps since recently and they help me a lot with good sleep and good recovery. So that is something that I can absolutely live with, just because the benefits and the advantages of Cyprus are so much bigger than having these 3 little disadvantages. But I think it is important, fair and transparent to mention them as well. And I hope this video helped you with your decision if you want to relocate to Cyprus or not. If you want to relocate to Cyprus, make sure to reach out to us on tax.one. We can help you with that. And if you subscribe to the channel, then I'm happy to see you in the next video.